Kristen Smith has taken Stanford to new gymnastics heights since her arrival on the scene a few years ago, and she's working a little strategy here to try to jumpstart the vault lineup. Lindsay Wing has really struggled the last several meets, has only gotten above a 9.775, so instead she inserts another senior, Caroline Fluhrer.
She's performing Yurchenko Arabian. Again, the blind landing, hard to stick. Not a lot of height off the horse, but a very clean landing. And I'll tell you what, Bonnie, the judges are looking for the stuck landing. Let's take another look at it. She hit the horse with a little bit of an angle. As you can see, not the highest vault we've seen, but again, a perfect landing.
Probably one of the tougher decisions Kristen had to make in these championships, but certainly one that pays off with Caroline getting a 9.9 on vault. Sarah Patterson's squad squeaked into nationals this year. Alabama needed a 9.9 from Gina Rice on bars just to beat Oregon State out for a bid because they had to count a fall on bars. Thankfully, Gina delivered, and here's Michelle Reeser on beam now in the Super 6, the smallest gymnast in the competition, even shorter than you. She's only 4'9".
Well, and that can be a good thing on the balance beam. Her center of gravity is closer to the beam. Makes it a lot easier to stay solid. She goes into her leap series. Switch leap, whoop jump, very nice.
Michelle's been rock solid for the Tide this year as their leadoff on beam. And really just as consistent in the classroom. She has a 3.96 GPA in accounting. Reeser, a junior out of Monroe, Louisiana. The required gym series or leap series. And in order to get full credit for those leaps, you do have to reach a full split.
Getting ready for the dismount off the side. Gainer full. Again, very solid. That's what Alabama needs on the beam.
There's less room before you have to reach the floor when you're that short, too. And a 9.85 for Alabama's Michelle Reeser to lead the Tide off on beam. Yvonne Tousek, the 2001 bars champion, up now on the event for UCLA.
Straddle over mount.
Yvonne is the Bruins' only two-time Olympian, competing in both 1996 and 2000 for Canada.
Very nice pike Jaeger. She has a long look to her. Hack salto creates a nice line on the bars, but very important for her to also hit the handstand right here. Very nice. Getting ready for the dismount. Double layout. A little bit early on the release. She did a great job of holding on to it, but you could see she did have to take a step forward because of the short rotation.
Now compare that to the same dismount Alabama's Ashley Miles did. She was able to get the better landing. Powerful gymnast, got the height, got the distance. And a 9.8 for the Bruins, Yvonne Tousek, in pursuit of their second straight national title. Up next for Stanford on the vault, Jessica Louie.
Yurchenko full. Again, beautiful landing, but we don't see the amplitude on these vaults that we do from a team like Alabama and Georgia and even UCLA.
Jessica won this event with a 9.9 at regionals. A tad bit better this time around, though, with a 9.925. Meanwhile, over at balance beam, Alabama possibly running into a little bit of a roadblock. Shannon Rozek competing despite suffering a shoulder injury during the practice session. Got into a little bit of trouble on beam, Amanda.
Right here on the sheep jump, as she lands, remember the beam's only 4 inches wide. She loses her left shoulder as it drops right there. Of course, the right foot comes off the beam, which causes a big bobble.
And so Alabama's now hoping to drop that 9.45. That's their only free pass. The Tide needs to be flawless the rest of the way on beam. Well, straight ahead, UCLA continues its quest for the repeat with Kate Richardson and Jamie Dancher in her final collegiate routine. 2002, Alabama became the most recent champion to win the title on its turf. UCLA's hoping to change that with some wizardry in Westwood.
We always talk about the magic of Poly because of all the great athletics that has happened in there. That's where the 1984 Olympics were held, on a podium. And that's where Mary Lou Retton won her gold medal, and that's where our men's team won their gold medal. And so there's a lot of history in gymnastically in Poly Pavilion. And having the championship here at home, it's magical.
Part of that Pauley magic also involves UCLA legendary basketball coach John Wooden, who was one of Val's teachers, mentors, and one of the Bruins' most die-hard gymnastics fans. Kate Richardson, the 2003 NCAA bars champion, affectionately known as Peanut by her teammates. Kate came out of Rochelle, though, as a freshman to share top honors with Jamie Dancher to claim the national title last year as a freshman. Kate, only a sophomore, representing the future of the Bruins, with Antolin and Dancher and Tousek moving on.
She has beautiful form on this event. Nice Takachev.
Kate, along with Yvonne, Tousek, the two Bruins on the 2000 Canadian Olympic team, as well as Utah's Veronique Leclerc.
Double layout, a little bit short on the landing, had to take a pretty big step there, but overall a nice routine.
Well, Mom and Dad, Charlie and Sarah, will certainly be forgiving. The judges, probably not so much.
Well, let's take another look at the dismount right here. Not quite enough lift off the bar, a little bit short on the landing, and of course had to take that pretty big step to stay on her feet.
And Kate Richardson's score, one of the few Bruins tallies to drop below 9-9 on any event in this competition. Lise Leveille up on vault now for Stanford. The Cardinals still trying to make a run, stay in the top three.
Yurchenko full. She seemed a little off balance on the landing, Bonnie, but it seems that the judges are overlooking that today. Let's take another look at the vault. Nice entry. Not quite as high as it could have been, and you can see right there as she's stretching, she's leaning back and has to take the step.
The judges shut one eye and award Leveille with a 9.925, helping the Cardinal battle for position. As we go to Mari Bear on balance beam for Alabama.
Shows beautiful flexibility right here in the needle scale. Again, the gymnast is not required to necessarily show full flexibility except on the leaps, but when you have that kind of flexibility, why not show it off?
Certainly doesn't hurt. Mari, a sophomore from San Jose, said one of the reasons she moved all the way out to Alabama was because she was really impressed with how Sarah Patterson stressed academics when she was on a recruit trip.
Double stag ring jump. Very difficult when you take your eyes off the beam, especially in a big arena like this. She has a unique dismount off the end, gainer pike. That's something we'd actually see in a diving competition.
And something that gets a little bit of a pom-pom shake from Mom Cynthia. And so after some early trouble for Alabama on beam, they're staying clean the rest of the way. Mari Bear with a 9.8. Jeanette Antolin on bars now for UCLA, the senior from Huntington Beach, California.
Jeanette starts the routine off the very unique grip on the bar right here. Very difficult, right into a pike Jaeger. Excellent.
Just to give you an idea of how solid she's been this year, aside from all the 10s and the accolades, Jeanette has hit every single one of her routines this year. 49 for 49, not a single fall. Wow. And that's not going to get much better. Jeanette Antolin is understandably ranked number 2 in the nation on bars as she gets a big hug from assistant coach Chris Waller. And the judges agree, a 9.9 for Jeanette Antolin as UCLA continues not to give anything away. It's a team that rarely falters. Stanford, meantime, having a great rotation on vault. Let's see if Natalie Foley can keep it up.
Well, she's got the power. Let's see if she can control the landing. Yurchenko full. A little bit of a step, but a very nice vault. She had great distance from the horse. Very nice form in the air.
The Cardinal already has 3 9.9s on vault so far. Let's make that 4, shall we? But still very